And by its very nature, that is not going to happen here until either a new state mental hospital is built, until huge strides are made in the treatment of the mentally ill. It's going to be essentially surrounded by this quadrangle for probably quite a long time to come. So that's the biggest issue. I mean, how to get someone in a wheelchair up to the top of the tower is nothing compared to how to get someone inside that gate and to respect everybody's privacy and do it in a safe way. So this is one of the things that we've been talking about. This is kind of the blue sky dreaming part of it, you know, the brainstorming ideas. How would we make it more accessible? Well, one of the things we do is try to put a path that led in a more gentle slope up to the level where the tower actually sits. The other would be to make people, at least let them to get up to, because you see right around here, there's windows all the way around there. That's the tanks on the inside there. But these windows are here, and that would be a great viewing platform for people to be able to get up to. So if we can get people up that high, that's going to make a substantial difference. So one of the things we would like very much to do is to rebuild the original staircase so that you could look out the windows at the landings, and so you could get all the way up to this level and you could see. Now, I've already told you the tank itself is integral. It's part of the structure of the tower. Well, that doesn't mean we can't cut a hole in it and let people go inside and maybe make an interpretive space or something inside there, because as we discussed earlier, it will take the weight. That tank, when it's full, weighs one heck of a lot, so that's not an issue at all. But getting people to be able to go up there, I'm not sure the structure was ever made for that. That's going to be a huge challenge and may very well be impossible. Plus the fact, as someone pointed out when we were doing the condition assessment, okay, so someone gets up here and has a heart attack. What do you do? Well, most people can't fly down. So we were trying to figure out, so you might want to build in, as part of your plans, you might want to build in a pulley system that can handle a stretcher safely, so that if you needed to, you could evacuate someone down the side of the tower so they could get out. So these issues have to be taken into account. So this is one of our ideas of what the walkway might look, so you look at all the windows on the side. This is what it might look like. It's just a simple walkway so you could look around and have a little bit of enjoyment at the top of the tower. Now this, I have to tell you about this. This is part of the graffiti. Okay, I was doing, this says Tish McKenna, I think it is, and Annie Kubovich surveyed the tower October 31st, Halloween, 1946. I was doing a speech about the same sort of thing I'm doing today, not quite as many pictures, at Friendship Village out on Drake Road. And this lady came up to me and she was wearing a name tag that said A. Kubovich. Okay? And we started talking. She said, yeah, I went up to the tower when I was working as a nurse's aide at the hospital just after the Second World War. And I said, really? And the funny thing was that I had been up in the tower 6 months earlier, and this is one of the pictures my boss had taken because he was trying out his lens to see if it would work. And he had a picture of Annie's little signature here. You know, and so I sent that to her, and she was just so tickled. She said, I don't remember if I went all the way up to the top. I was terrified. Tish might have just written that there without me being there. But I thought that was just hysterical. So, and the name was so familiar because I'd been looking at the picture just a couple days earlier. So that was just a coincidence. But but these are everywhere. I mean, there's workmen, there's just all sorts of people that had reasons to go up there. The tower has never been open to the patients. It has never been used for patient housing. It has never been used for punishment. It's just a water tower. And it's not still there because a virgin has never graduated from K College or Western either. It's still there because it was really, really well built in 1895. Okay, so this is my last couple shots. This is the day they started the condition assessment. That's the moon over the tower at 7 a.m. because it was November, so it was a moonrise. And then this is what it looked like in the middle of the afternoon. You can just see their ropes there. And I think at this point they might have just finished their second descent of the day, and they were done with it. So it was a beautiful, beautiful day. Couldn't have asked for anything better. And this is just my little thanks to everybody that made this all possible. Dr. Coleman, because he's the supervisor of the hospital right now. Rick Miller's the facilities manager, and at one point he actually gave me the code to the gate, which is really cool. Brian Conway, the state preservation officer, he's the one that approached me and said we need to find someone else to own and take responsibility for the tower if we can. And that's still a very fluid thing that's going on. Tom Neal of Neal Civic, Blair Bates and Jeff, both Jeffs, they're both named Jeff of Building Restoration. the Gazette, and really if you do go to YouTube, look for Water Tower Inspection Kalamazoo because it is a pretty spectacular short little video. Okay? And then Priscilla McDougall, at the time she was known as Penny Upjohn, who actually was one of the driving forces behind the Save the Tower Committee that raised $208,000 in Kalamazoo in 1975 and 76 to save the tower. So that's all I have for my presentation. Could we have some more lights? And then I'm happy to take any questions you have.